Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Vince, and joining me today for lunch is none other than the always effervescent. I woke up on 100. Real estate extraordinaire. Should I keep going?
Yeah.
HGTV's own Miss Lonnie Cook.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
I'm so glad you stopped by to have some lunch with me. Today, we're going to be talking all things real estate market, how people can do what they do if they're trying to buy a house, and everything like that. So we are going to get ready to make ourselves some lunch. Okay?
Can't wait.
Gonna have some salmon burgers and a nice little side salad. I'm trying to keep it healthy. You know, none of us are getting any younger. So stay tuned, stick around, and we'll be right back. All right, you ready to get started making these salmon burgers?
I am. Oh my
So
gosh,
we're
I'm
using fresh salmon.
excited.
Side note, salmon is fresh-ish. It's harvested once a year, you know, all at one time. So
Right.
it's got to be frozen to get where you are.
Okay.
So
got it.
everybody's like, oh, it's fresh. It's
Ain't
fresh.
fresh.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
So we're going to peel the skin off of our salmon.
Okay.
So we're just going to peel like such. Grab a corner. Yep, flip it over.
Grab a corner.
Start from the big end.
Maybe this. Oh, look.
Yeah, that'd be easier because it's a little thicker.
Wow.
Yeah. And then we're just going to peel and kind of press down on the fish.
I have never
And it should peel up nice and easy.
known that this was that easy.
Yeah, and peel across. Peel. Just keep peeling. Some people prefer to use the knife, but
Ooh,
you know,
not necessary.
Yeah, not necessary. So you're going to lose some of it, but since we're
Right.
going to chop it off, we're just going to scrape it off the skin.
Look at that. Like, I'm serious. I've never known that you can just peel this off instead of using a knife. And I think the knife effect just makes you look professional.
I think
even
so.
when you're not.
Yeah. Even you're not. Yeah, you're going to just push it off. Yeah, don't worry about messing it up because we're going to chop it up anyway.
Look at that.
Look at that.
I didn't lose too much. Not too much.
Not
but
at all.
I
See?
do want some. I
Oh yeah,
want it
cut that
all.
off. Cut that off. See? So if you leave a little bit,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hire you for my restaurant when I get started.
Yes. I could do that.
All right. So we're gonna just cut this in strips, like a 1/4 inch or so,
Okay.
a 1/2 inch. Like we're just gonna cut it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Last name ain't Cook for nothing.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. So Lonnie, where you from?
I'm actually from New Jersey, so I call myself a Jersey Peach.
A Jersey.
Yeah, I'm a Jersey
Peach.
Peach. I've been here in Georgia for over 20 years, so
wow.
just a little over 20. I came in 2000. 2000. Right, that's right. Yeah,
Okay.
I came in 2000 and been here ever since. So I started out a nectar, but I'm definitely a full-grown peach now.
And now you're gonna turn your cutting board and cut
chop.
cubes.
So we got some cubes going. Okay. All right. I love salmon.
Yes, it's so versatile.
Yeah, I can eat salmon like every other day.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say every day because I probably would get a little bit tired, but I can eat it all the time.
All the time. And it does a good job of taking on other flavors, but it doesn't lose its fishy flavor. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
So the reason we cut it in chunks is so since we're making a burger, we want it to have some texture. So we're gonna just kind of rough chop again, going across. Just rough chop.
Rough chop.
I see a shirt says real estate is my hustle. How long have you been doing real estate?
Yes, I've been doing it actually a little over 4 years. It's been in my life for quite some time, actually over 20 years, but the timing wasn't right. So when I came here to Georgia, I started it up again, just kind of going to school and all of that, and ended up getting my license, went to class and everything, ended up getting my license.
Yeah, we're just going to use our cutting board so we have more room. Just go ahead and scrape it off.
Okay. I went in full time after that, which was the best timing for me.
Okay. Now you're going to separate maybe about 1/4 of it.
Okay. So I'll just do it that way.
Yeah. Now, if I would say cut your pieces just a little bit smaller.
Yeah, they look a little chunky.
No, of those, cut those smaller as well.
Chunky burgers. We don't want chunky burgers, right?
No. Well, you want to have some texture, but not like too chunky.
Okay.
All right, and then we're gonna just keep chopping this part, the other part that you separated, till it becomes fine, kind of like a paste.
Okay.
Okay. So, do you have a particular area of real estate you work in, like real estate, residential, or?
Yes. I am a residential agent. I pretty much do Metro Atlanta area. You know, I've gone as far as Noonan, like almost 2 hours away.
Nice.
Yeah, I had a client out in Noonan. So, you know, it's just ways to take care of them, even if they're a little far away. It's still ways to take care of them and just get them with a local agent in the area and, you know, kind of deal with it that way. But it's just...
Yeah, oh yeah, keep chopping because we want to get it as fine as you can without using a food processor because it's just tough to get that out of there.
Okay, so this will give you a little arm muscle.
A little workout on the arm.
There you go. Okay.
And if you get tired, just hold your knife flat and you can just kind of smush like that to make yourself that little paste.
Nice. Okay, got it.
All right. And this is actually going to be our binder. We're not going to use eggs for this one.
No eggs.
No eggs.
Because it has such a sticky texture. So
yes.
It's okay.
So this is going to help with our breadcrumbs and our seasoning, and that's all we're going to use.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you turn your knife to the side and you press down and smash and kind of drag it.
Smash and drag. Look at that.
Drag.
Ooh,
yeah, we're not robbing the
bank.
There you go. That's it. That's
cool beans. All right.
Is there a difference between like a real estate agent and a realtor? Is there a difference or is that the same thing?
Yes, there is a difference. Real estate agents are, they just, you know, they have their license and everything, but the real estate, the realtors actually are under boards. We're under like mine is called like NAMAR, so it's like a board of directors. Okay. So we actually have an umbrella of a board over us that protects, you know, us and our clients. So agents, they're just out there and they have license, but they're not covered by, you know, that legal team, you know, that the board has. Yeah.
So does everyone who helps potential home buyers, do you have to have a license to do it?
Yes.
Are you supposed to have a license?
No, you have to.
You have to.
Like, in other words, you could go out here and say you're helping someone and just, you know, but in other words, you can go out there and you can look online and you can search and do all of that, but you can't really do anything beyond that. You can't let them in the houses. You can't, you know, you can't submit offers for them. You can't do any of that. So you have to be licensed to be able to deal with, the sale of houses, commercial properties, land, all of that. You need license.
Oh, wow. I love it.
Yep. This is going to be good.
That one is for you. This one is for me.
Okay. Oh, you get the big one, huh?
So that one is for you. This one is for me.
Okay, make me feel special.
So we're just going to put our salmon in our mixing bowl.
Got it. Not the one that we chopped up.
Yeah, we're going to do
all of it?
So we're going to do all of it in our mixing bowl.
Okay. Yeah, you really made me feel like I was It's like, now this bowl is going to make fantastic.
It's going to be fantastic. Yes. So we have some jerk seasoning.
Nice.
This is going to be our seasoning. You can make your own homemade jerk seasoning.
And I had before.
That's what I'm talking about. Yep. Your last name is what?
Cook.
That's what I'm talking about. So we're going to add our jerk seasoning.
Okay.
Add as much as you think you would like.
Okay. Yeah, I have a house full of men, so.
Okay.
There's non-cooking is not,
it's not an
that's
option.
a deal breaker. Yeah.
Side note. So when using anything super salty with fish, you want to kind of get it cooking right away or else it'll start to dry out. And with the burger, it'll kind of cause it to fall apart.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, we're going to use some red onions or shallots, some green onions for additional color.
Make it pretty.
And then we're just going to mix it together.
Okay.
Oh, our breadcrumbs.
You need something, the substance to hold it. Got it.
And then we're going to start mixing. And if you feel like it's not sticking together, you're going to add a little more breadcrumbs. So it should come together to where you're able to form a patty.
Okay.
Now you can use seasoned breadcrumbs or just plain breadcrumbs. I wouldn't recommend the panko. Just a regular breadcrumb.
Okay, panko is kind of like lightweight, right?
Yeah, and it's for crispy, making stuff crispy on the outside. Okay. It's better used for that.
Okay.
So now if you grab a handful and squeeze, you can see, if it's sticking together.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's sticking together. And so for salmon and fish in general and making a patty, you know how you make a burger, it cooks and it shrinks?
Yes.
Fish doesn't do that. So it's going to stay the same size, so make it the size that you want.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. So how many burgers you think I can get out of this?
So with yours, that was about a half a pound of fish, 2 to 3.
Oh, okay.
But if you don't want them thick or anything, you could probably get 4, medium size.
Or if I don't want to share?
Or if you don't want to share it, you can get 2 large ones.
All right. Now I'm going to just be greedy then. Now, I think I could get, probably 4 out of this.
Yeah.
This looks good.
And we're going to be using our air fryer. No. So that's going to make it nice and quick. Yeah. So we shouldn't have to worry about it falling apart.
Okay.
How does that smell? You smell the jerk seasoning? It smells good? Smells good together. And we're going to top this with a cabbage coleslaw.
Yeah, I don't know. Jerk seasoning just, it does it.
It's a good flavor.
It does it. Yeah, it's a very good flavor. And I don't think I've ever tried it on salmon.
Ah.
So yeah, this is going to be my first.
Okay.
And I'm excited.
Excellent. All right. So we have our burgers all portioned. Yeah, I want big burgers to the size that we want.
I am actually sharing.
And we're going to take this, sit it to the side for a second.
Okay.
And we're going to preheat our air fryer. All right, we've made our salmon burger patties. We're going to place them in our preheated air fryer. So we're going to let you do the honors.
Awesome.
So we're going to, actually, I'm going to bring this to you.
Oh, nice.
So it's a little warm, but not hot.
Okay.
So you can use this.
Thank you.
Just kind of sit it on the edges.
It's going to be so good. Oh, my God.
So good. So good.
So excited. I like that air fryer. That's nice.
All right. I wanted to ask you about the housing market while our burgers are frying.
Okay.
So right now, the way the market is it similar to 2008? Like what caused the housing bubble then? Like why are prices so high now? Will they go down? Should we be looking to buy right now? Well, sorry, that's the rapid fire questions.
You did. You asked like 4 questions in one, but it's all good. I got it. So if it's compared to 2008 and 2022, I would say no.
Okay.
The only reason I'm saying that is because, I mean, it may be in a comparison if you thinking like it having a kind of a downfall, we had the market crash, then now it's like an increase. So it's like, yin and yang in real estate. So 2008 was just like plummeted. And because of that, what happened in 2008 was they were giving out these loans to people that were like balloon loans and all of these loans that people weren't able to pay. So they would, balloon loan is when you're paying on a property, your mortgage is held back at a certain rate. The interest rate is held back, and then it balloons into one payment. So they're asking for one payment of your mortgage that is like astronomical.
So if I bought a house $200,000 and I got a balloon mortgage, time my mortgage comes due, I got to give them the whole $200,000 all at once?
Not the whole $200,000. So it's like they take away the interest. So all of the interest that you would have been paying monthly, they now roll it into one payment. So now it's like your mortgage payment for your $200,000 home, broken up monthly. They're holding back on that interest. So you're just paying like the principal part of that loan. And then they're looking at, now it's maybe a year down the line. They're like, your payments are going to be, low for the first year, but when that year comes up, we want all of the interest that we were supposed to pay during that year. So people are happy when they get that initial, that initial amount. It's like, wow, we're going to be paying like rent for our houses, so it looks good. But then they didn't explain to them that once that year is up, now they are asking for all of the interest that you were supposed to pay during the principal payments of, for that past year.
Okay.
So it's crazy.
That is
so
crazy.
a lot of loans that were going out were not, good loans for the consumers, and they started losing their homes because they couldn't pay. So in the market, of course, we was in the recession, so the market crashed, it plummeted. A lot of people were losing jobs and all that stuff was happening then. But fast forward to 2022, it's now a seller's market that is now starting to normalize.
Keep talking.
Yeah, they're normalizing now to where it's not, the prices were so high then. What you got? You got for
it? says turn our food, so we're gonna.
We're gonna turn it.
Yeah.
I mean, I am just amazed on how it's cooking like that.
Yeah.
That looks good. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
And it's holding together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It sure did. You said it. No eggs. Look at you, chef. Love it. Love it.
2 meals in my day.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you that, like, how long have you been cooking? But I'll keep it on my end of the table for now.
For now.
But I definitely want to know, because that's good to know too. But yeah, it's just so I to answer that question, no, I don't think it's the same or that it's a major crash like it was. But and then to answer your question as far as buying, if it's a good time to buy, it's a double-edged sword. So yes, it's a good time to buy because the prices are starting to normalize. It was, a couple of months ago, 6 months ago, it was crazy. It was like over asking. So people were paying like 20, 30, 40,000 over asking price. And it was already high. And then the interest rates was just like extremely low. Okay. We were talking like 2.50, 2.25 interest rates. Now interest rates have climbed to 7. They're at 7 now.
Is that normal, like a normal 7, or is it you have bad credit and you get 7?
No, normal 7. Even the good credit, is still paying a higher interest rate. But, what I do say to people that are contemplating renting and buying, renting, you're going to pay 100% interest rate. You have no control over your rental amount.
Okay.
Buying, you buy into something, and now the interest rates start to fluctuate, start to go down. You have the opportunity to refinance.
Okay.
So to reduce your monthly payment. Okay. But with renting, you just stuck. You're there. Yeah. And the landlord, what are they doing? Hiking them prices up because they're looking at the market and they're looking at all the people that's transplants, they're coming down, they got all this money and from coming from different states or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, the society has now just pretty much grown and increased here. So now they're gonna hike those prices. They have a cap off, but they're going to hike them up as high as they can go, and they're going to get your rent. But
so
buying
nobody
is always
should be looking at prices going down. Just forget about it.
Yeah, no, not for a moment. And then the thing with the whole, are we going to plummet? Are we going to normalize and level out? We don't know. The market, the real estate market is like Jesus coming. You never know.
You never know.
Never know.
You know what's going to happen?
You don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like we're just along the ride. We're not, predicting anything. We're just watching the market as it goes. It shifts.
And you got to watch out for the false prophets as well that's in the mix.
Right.
Telling you all the lies
for
so
sure.
they can make money.
For sure. So and to that point, you want to sell a house? It's kind of like I tell my clients, I'm like, they're like, oh, we should sell so we can get money. And I'm like, nope. You don't have anywhere to go? Let's do that first. Let's do the purchase before the sale. But are you able to do that? A lot of people aren't.
So everybody's getting the spam callers. Hey, you interested in selling your house? Mm-hmm. Some of those people offer you a good price.
Oh yeah.
Is it worth doing for most people?
Me, honestly speaking, I would say hold off. If you do not have to move, it's not the right time.
Not worth the fast money.
Because what you're what you could have gotten months ago, you're not getting that now. Because the prices are now lowering, they're now normalizing. Every day we're seeing houses that have been listed for a certain amount have now gone down.
Okay.
Yeah, week or two later, prices have reduced. Price reduced. We're seeing it all the time now. So,
but won't that hurt you as the seller? Like, oh, I want to sell my house, get this fast money, and go buy that. Probably going to pay more over there, but I'm probably, as I wait, I'm going to get less. But that's still going to go down. So it's kind of balances it out.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. So it kind of is like I said, I honestly tell people that when it's in the right time or not, because it's not about the money for me.
Okay.
I'm not that agent that is out to get your money and it's like, oh yeah, you want to put it on the market knowing it's not a good time. I don't do that.
I think we are done.
Ooh.
Our burgers are ready.
Yes, yes, yes.
So we are going to take a quick break and get set up to have our lunch.
Yes, I'm excited.
Our salmon burgers are done.
Ooh,
so
those look so good. I'm almost thinking I should trade burgers with you. Because they look so good. So I'll put this one on
one
there.
for you, one for me. You can give me the small one.
Oh, I think it was a small one.
Okay, and then you can put the other two on these buns.
Okay. Oh, that was the small one, but it's all good. I guess I can share.
You can share.
Yeah.
All right. And
that looks good.
Slide our salad in.
Okay.
And we're going to top our burgers with a red cabbage coleslaw.
Okay.
More or less, you good?
Yes. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Excuse me. That's good.
We're gonna add this. And yeah, I like it. So
you like it sloppy?
Yes,
nothing like a good sloppy sandwich.
And we're going to salad-erate a little bit. Not too much. Simple salad goes well. Say when. Onion just.
I will sit there all day just playing. Oh. Absolutely great.
Let's eat. Dive in. Right. Tell me what you think.
Oh, of course. You know it. And this just, just the bun, with the toasted.
The toasted bun?
Mm-hmm. That looks so good. Oh my God. I'm going to go backwards today.
You did well.
Is your mama around?
You gonna smack her?
Call your mama. Call your mama and let me just slap her. Oh my gosh. That is so good.
I'm glad you like that.
I'm
glad you like that. Nice balance. Not spicy. The air fryer didn't overcook it. Still made moist.
Perfect crunch.
Yeah, a little bit of crunch.
This is good.
With the toasted bun. A little toasted brioche bun.
Yeah,
nice. Very nicely done.
So
you can come cook for us any day, Lonnie.
You know what? I was just about to ask you, how long have you been chefing it up like this?
So I actually have been cooking, feels like almost my whole life. I learned to cook as a youngster under the tutelage of my mother. You know, standing by her, watching her cook. So I come from a big family and take out and fine dining and all that.
Right.
It was her.
Just what? Right.
It was her. So it wasn't in a budget. So everything we had to eat was what she made. And so I grew up not knowing that I had like fine dining to eat every day. Right. It was like really good food every day. So now when I go out, my family, we're all a bunch of food critics.
I know.
So it's hard to dine out.
I know. So, when it tastes like this and then you're going out, it's like, we're going to go out to dinner or whatever. And then you're sitting at the table and you're eating and it's like, we should have stayed home.
Yeah.
Because that's some good eating. That's some good food. Yeah. And, I think during the pandemic, the time that we had to stay at home and all that, being able to go out and just really didn't want to eat out.
Yeah, you didn't want to.
No.
And
So
sometimes you couldn't.
Right. So you go into the grocery store, and you know what my family does a lot? We copycat. So we like a favorite dish at a restaurant. We take that and make it at home. So we would do that all the time. So it was like, oh, we're gonna have we even tried Popeye's chicken. It was a no.
Didn't get it just yet. Didn't get it.
It was a no. I was like, oh my gosh, this is not Popeye's. But we attempted it, and it was like that was the theme night. So it was like, okay, we're gonna have Popeyes tonight. We're gonna do the biscuits. We're gonna do the chicken.
Yeah.
Did the biscuits? Biscuits turned out good, but the chicken.
What was it? The breading, the coating.
Yeah, too much breading. Too much.
What about the spiciness of it?
The spiciness was kind of there.
Okay.
But the coating was just like way too much. Okay. You know, I was getting an actual attitude with this chicken, and I happened to do like so many pieces. Oh, wow. I was like, what was I thinking? So I'm making this chicken, and I'm at the end of it, and I'm just really like just ticked off.
Chicken wasn't acting
I was so mad. I was like, why did we choose Popeye chicken with 15 layers of bread on it?
Just be glad you didn't pick KFC.
Oh, why is that? And I don't know, Popeyes kind of just made me go, hood. I don't know if that had anything to do with the theme of it all. Yeah, okay. Popeyes is a little hood, you know. Think about it. Yeah. The chicken sandwiches.
It's definitely a little urban.
That's hood.
That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man,
never again.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you eat when you're traveling around? Like, you have to meet clients, and do you just do fast food? Like, what do you eat?
We have gone out to like, you know, little, actually like simple, keeping it simple. We'll do something like Starbucks, so you know, meet there, or I've taken clients out to dinner or whatever, just kind of like between showings or whatever. But since you know everything has been so hectic, it's just that part of it has just been slowed down a lot because people aren't comfortable, you know, going out and all that. So just making sure, you know, that we grab something in between time. But other than that, you know, just the little local spots, little fast food local spots is good. Mm-hmm. This is so good. Oh my God.
Yeah. So I know people who are looking to buy right now, but their issue is they are a gig worker. You know, people, contract workers and things like that. How do they go about buying a house? Is it as tricky for them as it sounds? Yes.
I'll give you a moment, so I won't.
Oh, okay.
Talk with my mouth full, but not as tricky. I actually, you know, keep my mouth closed. I mean, covered, so
take a minute. I can continue. Take a minute.
But yeah, this is so savoring. Oh my gosh.
Take a minute.
Yeah, this is so good. And I'm looking at those other two over there, like
they might not make it home.
Oh, that might be like I feel like I'm be at White Castle or something, sitting nibbling in the car on my way to the house. So, with the gig workers and entrepreneurials and all of those type of clients, and it's funny, but I had 2 clients that actually work in the film industry.
Okay.
So they had different. They worked for different companies, so they had like multiple companies that they had to get their income, proof of income from, and all of that. So they just pretty much got their proof of income from those individual companies, and then they brought it to the lender. Lender has a way; they know how to work with those people, with the entrepreneurs, with the gig workers, and film industry employers or employees. So they have the strategy of taking them and running their numbers a certain way, which is everything that, you know, they deal with is special. It's different situations and scenarios. So they have their way of running their numbers and plugging their numbers to get their proof of income and, you know, just kind of like their taxes and all of that. So they have their way of doing it.
So now, they shouldn't feel like they can't buy a house.
Not at all. Not at all. And then the funny thing is we have now they have these new programs out in the loan side of it. They have new programs that cater to people that make large lump sums of money, and they don't have an actual continuous flow of money. The income is not a flow, but it's like they have a lot of money. So if, for example, if you want to use like a NBA player or a professional athlete that no longer plays in their leagues or with their sport, they now are, retired. They're now starting maybe their own businesses or whatever, but they have a large sum of money in their bank accounts. So the lenders now have a program where they would just scan their bank account and they'll see how much money they have in it, and then they will lend them off of their bank accounts. Okay. So yeah, it's kind of, this industry is getting so like versatile for people because they know people are versatile. People have different ways of income now. It's not just a 9-to-5 job. A lot of people, especially during COVID and all of that sit down time, created their own businesses. Yeah. And they started to, just kind of conform themselves alone with the people. And now it's starting to, work for all sides. So definitely, if you are a gig worker, if you are entrepreneurial, you still have a chance to own a home, for sure. You just have to go to the right lender that will guide you in that direction.
Do the clients you work with, do you suggest lenders for them?
Oh yes, I have a couple of preferred lenders that I work with. And then you're not guaranteed, or I'm not guaranteed, you're not forced, or you do not have to use our lenders. We just,
it's just a recommendation.
Right, because we have a relationship with them. Okay. And we don't want to, a lot of times we want to make sure that our clients are approved, like thoroughly approved, and not, getting loan approvals from someone that is not, really a lender.
So you basically, the people you recommend are the people you trust.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because I make sure that they take care of my clients, and they make sure they take care of them, and we have that great relationship. So we usually just, it's a win-win. It's a win-win. We become your team, and we make sure that we become the dream team and get you into your home. Yeah.
Yeah. Should everybody own a home, own real estate, own property?
Oh yes, that is like the number one investment you can ever make in your life. Land holds its value. You don't have to worry about it depreciating like a car. People, go out here and they buy these cars, and as soon as you off the lot, it's depreciating.
Correct.
So, but with homes, they hold their value for life. So yes, and it's very like it's not said enough to especially people like ourselves that we need to have some ownership. And if that ownership is going to be something that's going to be a legacy, something that you could, leave back for your children, your grandchildren, real estate is the answer. If you think about all of the successful people in the world that are financially successful, they will tell you that they have their foot in their hand and everything is in the real estate market. That's where their success comes from. They do have great products. You have like Apple guy, came up with the computer and all of that, but I'm sure and I'm certain that he has his hand in he had his hand in real estate to keep that money flowing and keep it going, so yeah, so definitely become an owner of you. You don't have to rent forever. People get caught up in that, oh, I have to rent, oh, I'm not able to do it. You are able to do it. And the thing too is a lot of times with your credit, if that's your issue, you want to just make sure you get under the wing of somebody that's going to guide you to get your credit repaired and fixed enough to get approved.
Okay. So how do we get our kids to start with real estate and get their foot in the door, or how do we as parents or older generation create like legacy wealth for our kids, like money our grandkids can have? Well, I don't have any grandkids, so but
not yet. You might have spoken them into existence.
But how do we create that for our grandkids?
Well, I would say, just starting off with yourself. Let them, you lead by example. So it's not, okay, you need to get some real estate, but you're not doing it. You know what I mean? So they really don't have nothing to look at to kind of give them that start of and to learn from. Because, my husband and I have owned a couple of houses in our lifetime. And so my children got to see it. They got to see that, okay, we can own. We don't have to rent. My son, he's a good example. When he got of age to get ready to go out on his own and live on his own, he's like, oh, well, you know what? I'm going to go look for an apartment and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And at that time, the market was pretty good. It was the buyer's market. It was, set up for them. So I told him, I was like, if you can get approved for a house, go that route.
Okay.
I know you want to get out there, get your feet wet and kind of like get out on your own and all of that. But why do you have to go the rental route because you're getting out on your own? And I was like, you don't have to do it. So if you can get approved and get you a house. So he did. He followed our instructions or our suggestions and got approved and bought his house. And that it was his first residence outside of home. So he now has that mindset of, I can do it. We can do it. It's not impossible for us to be homeowners. So, you go that route, get your kids kind of involved in real estate. And I taught them a lot. We taught them a lot just out of experience of buying homes, But and become an investor. If my youngest son, he's into wanting to be an investor. He wants to buy property and fix it and flip it.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, me too. So I want to do that too, so we can do this together, and just make it a family thing. So that's what we're looking into, and it's like wealth that never, like, you can never lose that.
Is it the same for purchasing land? Like if you buy just land, no house, no structure,
nothing on it. Yeah, you can buy
its value.
Oh yes, most definitely. Land never loses its value. Now, a house, something physical, that a structure that you can put on that house. A house can burn down. A house can, blow away in certain areas. Those things. Now you've lost the value of that house, but that land is still there, and it never loses because it's there. It's buildable, so you now can put another structure on it. Right. So yeah. So definitely, if you see some land and you feel like, oh wow, this area is starting to grow, prosper, they're starting to, you're like really, build around it and everything, and you see some land that's inexpensive, most definitely you want to get that land, hold on to it, let it earn its, equity, and let it just sit for a minute. And then if a nice little deal comes around, an investor comes around, they're like, oh, we're getting ready to build a mall, we're getting ready to do some new housing over here, we want to buy your land. There you go, jackpot. So those are the things that you have to, look into as far as that longevity, wealth building, real estate. Real estate is definitely wealth building, but that will keep it in your family. And it, like I said, it never loses its value. It'll gain value.
What's the best way to leave? What's the best way to like position real estate you might have so it stays in your family? Like living trust or like all kind of things like that, or what's the best way to do that?
That is,
or what's a good way?
That actually is a great way, the live in trust.
Okay.
To write it off, because I'm actually dealing with a friend of mine that they have family property, and the property now all of the siblings, the owners of the property are now deceased. Okay. They just lost the last sibling a couple of months ago. And now they're trying to figure out what's the next steps as far as, okay, who's now next in line for this heir of, this property. So now we're going through that to get the title cleared and surveying the land and all of that. So it's definitely good to have those things written in the format of a living trust would be great. Because you want to make sure that there's someone connected to it, just in case you all, are demised. Now it goes on to that next person in line, and then they can do something with it. Otherwise, it goes to the state, and we don't want that. You don't want something that was worked hard for and developed and kept in the family for so long to be able to, now it's gone. So you want to make sure that you have your stuff written. The deed has to be written with someone's name on it. And that way they can kind of go down the lineage of, okay, all of the adults, or not the adults, but the elderly are now deceased. Now it goes down to their children and then their children. So we're actually investigating that right now. I'm in the process of doing that today, finding out, which way it goes now that they're all gone.
And nobody really thinks about that when you're buying a house.
Right.
And then you see people falling by the wayside. Like, oh, what are we going to do?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You need to know these things. And that conversation needs to be had, because it's like, the longer you wait, like you say, we don't know when we're going to go on. And, everybody's, and nowadays it's just been so crazy that it's like those things you need to talk about.
Yeah.
And not even just have that conversation, but also show me where it is. Show me where the paperwork is. Do not just tell me, oh, this is where the paper, this, we did this, we wrote this deed was written, or, this will was written. We want to know where it is, where that paper is, because a lot of times you got that word, but nothing tangible. And now you're scrambling. Now you're looking, now you're searching. And it is filed in the court system of the county. So know that, property deeds are normally within the counties. Okay. They're filed there. So if you ever have, that elderly, that grandparent, great grandparent that still happens to be alive, thank you God, then you can talk to them and ask them, hey, Mom, when did we get this house? When did we, when was this house purchased or whatever? And just go to the courts. Go to the courts and get that file so you'll have it.
Okay.
But most definitely make sure you do that. But yeah, they do have it where you can just go right to the county and get it. They'll have it on file. A lot of times.
So tell me, I know I'm switching lanes right now.
Okay.
Tell me about, I refer to as HGTV's own. Tell me about your HGTV experience.
Oh, it was such a fun experience. I had the opportunity to take my clients around and view houses and those things and
what show was
home. It was HGT House Hunters.
House Hunters.
Yes, House Hunters. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes, it was House Hunters. And it was in 2021 is when it aired, October 2021.
Were they one of your actual clients or somebody the TV show picked for you?
No, they were my actual clients.
Okay.
Yep, they were my actual clients. So, we had to definitely just kind of like play it out, as if we were doing our little house shopping and all that. But yeah, it was a great time. Great time.
Give us the behind the scenes. Do you know what's going to happen? Like, do you know what's going to happen ahead of time?
Yes.
You're supposed to say no.
No, you're right. I should have said no. I don't know what's going to happen. Let's do that take again. Let's do that take.
Do you know what's going to happen during the course of it?
No, I don't. I'm actually surprised. We go out and we see the. Why are you laughing at? Because do that take again. Do it again.
No, but do they end up buying the house in the end?
Yes, they end up buying the house in the end. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
they had all their financing and all that stuff done. You just helping them get the house. Or
that's
how does
it.
That work?
Yep. Okay. So yeah, they went through the whole pre-approval process. And then we go house shopping and they pick their house.
Do you ever have they should get this one, but they really want something else?
Yes. All the time.
All the time.
Yeah, especially if I know my clients, and I actually try to get to know my clients all on a personal level, because I want to make sure that I'm trying to get them something, and I'm looking out for them when they're not able to go and look for something. I'm able to go and look for it for them, because I know what they want. So yeah, but I'm always like in the background. They're like, oh, this is so nice. Look at that. This is nice. This is so nice. And I'm in the background like,
this is not it.
Nice. Let's not. Let's like I'm buying it. It's like it's not your house. Yolanda, think about that. Not your house. But I'm like, you know what? Okay, all right. If you like it, I love it.
Oh,
So, but yeah, it's fun. The process is just amazing.
If you weren't doing real estate, what would you be doing?
What would I be doing if I wasn't doing real estate? Probably television. Yeah, in the film and
in front of or behind the camera?
Wherever I'm needed, pretty much. But I have, I've done some acting and stage plays and those things. Yeah, stand-up comedy. I've done Christian stand-up comedy for some years.
Come on, give us a joke.
Yeah,
come on, give us a joke.
That's
Can't do it. Come on.
No.
I'm putting you on the spot.
It's like almost like put a quarter in my back and then I'll say something. No, see, that was the joke right there.
That was a joke.
Yeah, people ask me that. They're like, oh, just tell me a joke. I'm like, that's not how you talk. Stand-up comedians don't just tell you a joke like that. We just give you a little experience and you have fun, laugh it out. But yeah, so I think I would probably be in television industry, like just kind of. But even if I do behind the scenes, that's good enough. So just the whole So doing HGTV was like my two loves, real estate and television, come together and make Yolanda, Lonnie Cook. They made me. I was the baby of those two. So, but yeah. So that's probably what I'll be doing.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I love it. Well, let me say, I appreciate you stopping by for lunch and sharing some knowledge about real estate and the housing market and and yourself. I do appreciate it.
Yes, I appreciate you having me.
Glad to have you.
Yeah.
And I want to say to anyone who's watching, it is always our goal to share good people, good conversation, while having some great food.
Great food.
So thank you so much.
Phenomenal. Yes.
And we will see you next time.
Next time. That's a wrap. No, this is the wrap.